Oak Island, a place where people have been asking the same question for centuries. What lies beneath? But what has been discovered this time could shake all the theories. Beneath the North Swamp, the team found something that left even Rick Lagina and Dr. Spooner speechless for a few seconds. Even the camera crew was astonished when the metal detector detected a strange magnetic pulse underground. And then, during excavation, something emerged from the soil. Something so ancient, so mysterious, that it sent shivers down everyone's spine. Some say it's part of an ancient structure, while others claim it could be the same missing tunnel that connects to the money pit. But what's most frightening is that strange chemical traces have been found around the area, as if someone had deliberately hidden something centuries ago. And when the sonar scan revealed a sealed chamber-like structure at the bottom, a silence descended upon the entire site. Now the question isn't just about the treasure, but about understanding whether there's a secret hidden deep within Oak Island that should never have been revealed. So friends, if you want to know what was found beneath North Swamp, be sure to watch this video until the end. And yes, like, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe, because what's about to unfold might just change the entire story of Oak Island. The story of Oak Island isn't new. This mystery dates back nearly 200 years. Legend has it that on this small island in Nova Scotia, there's a place people call the Money Pit. Literally, the Money Pit. In the late 1700s, 3 boys digging there discovered layers of wood and mysterious markings underground. Since then, hundreds of people, millions of dollars, and countless attempts have been devoted to uncovering this pit. But no one has yet found a complete answer. Each time a team excavates, something new and strange is uncovered. Sometimes strange codes are found engraved on stone plates, sometimes ancient tools or coins. Then came the mystery of Nolan's Cross, a pattern of stones that forms a cross, and some link it to the treasure of the Knights Templar. Theories suggest that they may have hidden their sacred treasure here centuries ago. Then began the Garden Shaft era. This was the site where a recent excavation team found old wooden walls and metal objects. Experts believed it might be part of an ancient tunnel network leading to the Money Pit. And when sonar scans revealed underground chambers, it seemed the truth was about to be revealed. But Oak Island never offers straightforward answers. Every step brings new questions, new obstacles. Some say it's a curse, others call it an ancient engineering marvel. But everyone agrees on one thing. This island hides something that could change history. Now, new clues found beneath North Swamp have raised hopes that perhaps this time, this wall of mystery is truly about to be broken. North Swamp has always been considered the most mysterious area of Oak Island. At first glance, it appears to be a simple marsh, but researchers have always wondered, did this swamp form naturally, or was it created intentionally? This question led Dr. Ian Spooner's team to the site. Their initial investigation revealed that the swamp's soil was completely different from the surrounding natural soil, meaning this place was probably created by someone, not nature. Dr. Spooner theorized that North Swamp was man-made. That is, it was created by humans to hide something. When they examined old historical maps, they discovered that there was no mention of a swamp in maps made after the 1600s. At that time, Oak Island was divided into 2 parts, and later it appears that someone filled the space between them with soil to create a swamp. The question arose, why did someone create a swamp in the middle by connecting the 2 islands? Was there an attempt to hide something there? Then, the team conducted an advanced magnetic survey. Everyone was astonished by the readings. Strong magnetic signals were coming from beneath the ground, as if a metal structure or chamber was hidden there. The signal pattern was so consistent that experts believed it couldn't have come from a natural rock formation. Meanwhile, sonar data showed parallel lines beneath, resembling a tunnel or passage. Dr. Spooner said, "If my theory is correct, then North Swamp could actually be the heart of Oak Island." This shocked the crew, as everyone had been focused on the money pit. But if the real secret lies beneath the swamp, history could be rewritten. Now the excavation's focus was fixed there. The machines were ready, the team was nervous, and everyone had one question in mind. Is Oak Island's treasure hidden beneath North Swamp? And with that curiosity, they began digging. And the story took a new turn. That day of excavation, there was a strange unease in the morning air on Oak Island. Huge machines lined the edge of North Swamp. Excavators, drilling rigs, cranes, and jeeps loaded with sensors. Workers had laid plastic sheets over the soil so that water flow wouldn't affect the readings. Rick Lagina, as always, looked calm yet alert. He reminded the team, "We'll take every step carefully, because this land has something to tell us." Behind him, Dr. Spooner was checking data on his monitors, and Emma Culligan was overseeing the calibration of the ground-penetrating radar. There was activity everywhere. Someone was connecting a cable, someone was taking a soil sample, and someone was checking the camera setup. As soon as the excavation began, the machines began removing soil. The layers of swamp were very heavy, wet, sticky, and sometimes hard enough to even stop the drill. The water and mud that oozed from each bucket had a chemical smell. Spooner said, "This isn't normal organic mud. There's something different about it." The excavation depth increased, and every worker kept an eye on the monitor, waiting for any unusual readings. After about 30 minutes, the GPR sensors suddenly began to show a sharp anomaly. A faint, shadow-like shape appeared on the screen, about 30 feet below. According to the data, it wasn't natural rock. Its shape was very symmetrical, as if it were part of a man-made structure. Emma said softly, "Rick, there's something big here." At that very moment, the camera crew zoomed in, and a low humming sound grew in the background, as if something was moving underground. Dr. Spooner turned on the sonar system to get a clear image of the structure. But as soon as the sonar pulse was sent, the monitor suddenly began to glitch. The image disappeared for a few seconds, then reappeared. This time clearly, a hollow space beneath, like a hollow chamber. Everyone's eyes were glued to the screen. The heartbeat sound effect grew louder. The suspense was building to a cinematic beat. Rick said in a calm voice, "Everyone, stop. Confirm the depth." The machines slowly stopped, leaving only the sonar sound echoing. The readings were clearer than before. Dense material surrounded the chamber, as if someone had deliberately strengthened the outer walls. "This isn't an accident," Spooner said. "This is a structure built by someone." Suddenly, the detectors began to show magnetic fluctuation. The compass needle began to move, and the digital meter spiked. The team was shocked, because such readings only occur when there's a metallic source or electromagnetic field underneath. Emma said, "This signal isn't static. It's moving." Rick replied in a deep tone, "Oak Island is about to tell us something again." An awkward silence hung in the air. The camera crew zoomed in on the ground, where a faint glow was visible beneath the soil. Someone said softly, "Is this the same place?" And at that very moment, a slow heartbeat, echoes in the background music, matching the viewer's pulse. Excavation was no longer just digging. It had become a psychological moment. Fear and hope were etched on every worker's face. Rick looked into the camera and said, Sometimes the truth lies not underground, but within our patience. With that, the scene fades. The machines shut down, but the sonar's final echo still lingers in the air, as if Oak Island itself were breathing. And perhaps something big was about to be revealed. As the excavation deepened, the soil of the North Swamp took on a different color. A faint sheen shimmered in the water, as if some metal was hidden beneath. A worker shouted, "Sir, there's something shining here!" The cameras immediately zoomed in. The tip of something solid and shiny appeared through the soil. Rick Lagina slowly approached, and the crew gasped. The excavator's bucket was stopped, and workers began clearing the soil by hand. Within seconds, a metallic object emerged, half buried in the soil, but with a luster so bright it resembled gold in the sunlight. Dr. Spooner and Emma Culligan immediately arrived with instruments. The scanner was turned on the object. The reading indicated it was made of pure metal, but its composition didn't match any known alloy. Rick bent down and examined it carefully, saying, "It looks like an ancient tool or casing." Emma replies, "Or maybe part of a larger structure." Whispers erupt among the crew. Could this be part of the treasure? Or a trap mechanism? Suspense hangs in the air. The camera shows a close-up. There are strange marks on the object, like the faded shadow of a symbol or engraving. Dr. Spooner's face turns serious. "This isn't natural corrosion," he says. "Someone deliberately placed it here." The soil is removed, revealing a more metallic surface beneath, like the corner of a large metallic plate. The machines restart, but cautiously. The excitement grows with each inch, as it's now clear that something large and ancient lies buried beneath. After a few hours of labor, half of the object is exposed. It resembles a curved metal casing, its thickness and texture different from colonial or modern tools. Rick's voice is low but clear. It could be part of a machine, or perhaps the door to an ancient vault. A suspenseful hum plays in the background, and water droplets fall on the camera crew's lens. The entire atmosphere is filled with cinematic tension. The next day, experts are called to the site. Dr. Spooner, along with Emma Culligan and 2 archaeologists, begin the analysis. Emma says, "Its design resembles medieval European artifacts." One archaeologist replies, "Or it could be one of those objects, bearing the symbol of the Knights Templar." Spooner cautiously says, "The Templar theory is interesting, but we need scientific proof." Then they test a metal sample. It shows trace elements of those used in ships from the Atlantic trade era, but its purity is much higher. Theories begin to emerge within the team. Some say it's a Templar relic, used to seal sacred treasure. Others suggest it's a colonial mining device, perhaps linked to old British expeditions. But what's bothering everyone is that the object generates a magnetic field. Emma says, "This metal is still active, as if it's containing some energy." Rick looks at the camera. Oak Island surprises us every time. But this time, something's different. It's not just gold. It looks bigger. A low drum beat plays in the background. The camera zooms out, and the metallic glow disappears into the mist amidst the North Swamp, as if some old secret is breathing again. As the excavation progressed, the machines suddenly began to react strangely. First, the drilling rig lost speed. Then the metal detector started beeping automatically. Technicians checked the instruments, but everything was fine. Just then, the compass needle suddenly turned, pointing west instead of north. Crew members looked at each other, and anxiety filled the air. Emma Culligan said, "This isn't a normal magnetic field. There's some very strong interference." Rick calmly replied, "Is there an energy source hidden beneath?" With that question, the camera zoomed in, and a deep humming sound could be heard in the background, as if something was being activated underground. Technicians took readings again, but each time the compass direction changed. Equipment screens flickered and static lines appeared on monitors. It seemed as if an unseen magnetic pulse was constantly disturbing the machines. Dr. Spooner said, "This isn't natural. No metal mass can produce such a strong pulse unless there's an energy trap inside it." Some team members panicked. One worker asked, "Sir, should we stop the excavation?" But Rick said softly, "No, not now." Then they decided to conduct a sonar scan to see what was beneath. Despite interference from ground-penetrating radar, the sonar captured some signals, and the resulting image astonished everyone. A clear shape appeared on the monitor, at a depth of about 40 feet, a circular structure surrounded by dense layers. It looked as if someone had deliberately sealed it. Emma breathlessly said, "It looks like a hollow chamber," and the sonar operator softly said, "Listen, there's a faint metallic echo coming from below." The camera crew pointed the microphone down. A faint sound came from within the soil, as if water was dripping or air was passing through a hollow space. Everyone fell silent for a moment. Looking at the monitor, Rick said, "If this chamber really exists, then perhaps Oak Island's biggest secret lies within." Dr. Spooner quickly noted the coordinates and said, "The edges of this structure are perfectly aligned. This isn't a natural formation." Excavation began more carefully. Curiosity grew with each scoop. Sonar readings now revealed a dense metallic rim around the chamber, like part of a door or outer shell. When technicians switched on the deeper frequency sonar, a strange vibration was detected. The ground shook slightly, and static lines reappeared on the monitor. Emma said, "This place is in a resonance field, like energy is pushing from below." Rick looked into the camera and said softly, "Oak Island never gives easy answers, but this time it's saying something more." A heartbeat-like thump echoed in the background, a faint metallic echo filling the air. The crew's faces showed both fear and excitement. The excavator's lights are focused on the spot where the faint glow is coming from. The scene slowly fades, and narration is heard. Is there an ancient energy source hidden beneath the North Swamp? Or is this the door to a sealed vault that hasn't been disturbed in centuries? The camera zooms in on the monitor one last time. A circular structure glows on the sonar image, with a black dot in the center, as if something is watching them from below. As soon as the sonar readings confirmed a sealed chamber, the Oak Island team was stirred. Everyone gathered in the excavation tent: Rick, Marty, Dr. Spooner, Emma Culligan, and the rest of the crew. Rick said, "Now we have a big decision to make, whether to open it or not." The atmosphere was tense. Some said that if there was some kind of pressure system or gas trap underneath, excavation could be dangerous. Emma said, "If it's been sealed for centuries, the air inside could be toxic." Dr. Spooner said in a calm voice, "But if this is the chamber we suspected, then this is the heart of Oak Island." Debate ensued. Some crew members were afraid of damaging a historical site, while others considered it a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. One worker said, "Sir, we've never dug this deep. What if something collapses?" Rick slowly looked into the camera and said, "We're not just looking for gold, we're looking for the truth." With that one line, silence fell. Everyone knew there was no turning back, but just then, some machines started glitching again, and magnetic readings spiked, as if something below was reacting. Fear grew among the crew, and Rick ordered the excavation temporarily halted. The next morning, everyone was dealt another blow. Government officials arrived at the site. excavation was halted under the pretext of permits and safety inspections. Local authorities said they needed an environmental safety review because the swamp's water level had been disturbed. But the crew suspected something else was going on. Rick said angrily, "Every time we get closer to the truth, some other reason comes up to stop the excavation." Marty checked the paperwork. Everything was legal, yet the orders were clear. No further digging until clearance. Rumors began to spread among the crew. Emma asked, "Did someone send a report upstairs?" Dr. Spooner said in a serious voice, "Perhaps this site has become very sensitive now, and no one wants this secret to get out." Some blurry images leaked onto social media further fueled theories. People began saying the government sealed the site because something had been discovered beneath that could change history. Hashtags began trending on Reddit and Twitter. On Oak Island Shutdown, Jan Hidden Truth, on North Swamp Vault. Media vans parked outside the site, reporters asking questions. Have the Legina brothers really discovered the ancient vault? Rick simply said, "We can stop the excavation, but not the search." Dramatic music grew in the background, and the camera zoomed in on the spot where the excavation had stopped. The same soil, the same cold water, and that mysterious place that was now quiet again. But everyone felt the chamber was still there, perhaps waiting for someone to awaken it. As soon as the excavation stopped, the atmosphere on Oak Island changed. The story was no longer limited to just one excavation. The very next day, news of the North Swamp spread like wildfire on Twitter, Reddit, and YouTube. Everyone was offering their own theories. Someone wrote, "The Legina brothers may have found what was hidden for centuries." While others were posting memes in a sarcastic tone, under a photo of Rick Legina, it read, "He finally found the Wi-Fi of the Templars." The hashtags North Swamp Find and Templar Vault began trending within hours. In Reddit threads, people began zooming in on the sonar images to look for symbols. One user claimed to have seen a cross-like pattern in the image, while another said, "It clearly looks like an ancient seal." The situation heated up on YouTube as well. Many creators created theories about the Oak Island shutdown conspiracy. Some said the government was shutting down the site because radioactive material had been found underneath, while others suggested an energy core buried there had been dormant for centuries. Short clips went viral on TikTok and Instagram, with edited background music and slow zooms, captions like, "The swamp is alive," and "They found the forbidden vault." Some fan accounts even created 3D animations to show what a vault might be like underneath. The world was now obsessed with the mystery of North Swamp. But as theories spread, experts began to offer their opinions. Geologists said it was all natural magnetic field distortion caused by metallic mineral deposits. There are iron-rich rocks beneath the swamp, which is what caused the anomaly, they said. Historians argued that the Oak Island story had always been exaggerated. Linking every find to the Templars undermines research. But believers had a different opinion. They believed this discovery could be evidence of ancient engineering. The Templars built something here that transcended their time. Some independent researchers compared satellite data and said that North Swamp's magnetic patterns were irregular. They resembled an electromagnetic design. Debates erupted on social media. Does Oak Island really hide ancient technology? Or is this all a publicity stunt? The topic of discussion was the sealed chamber of North Swamp. People were analyzing their own excavation maps, making videos based on their theories, and commenting, "Rick must open this vault." And every now and then, a voiceover line would echo, "Every time Oak Island reveals a secret." But this time, Perhaps it has revealed something that was never meant to be revealed to the world. After days of disruption and intense pressure, the Oak Island team finally gets permission to resume excavation. The area around North Swamp now seems quieter and cooler than before. Rick Lagina arrives at the site with his team. In hand, the same old notebook in which he writes down every observation. Cameras are on, machines are ready, and the faces of the entire crew reflect both hope and fear. Rick says softly, "We're back. Now we have to see what this land has to show us." A rustling wind and a low heartbeat-like sound can be heard in the background, the suspense deepening with every second. Excavation begins again. The crane slowly removes muddy layers, and the same metallic surface beneath becomes visible again. Emma Culligan watches the depth readings on the monitor. "We're just a few feet away." Dr. Spooner gives instructions. "Slow down. Don't make any jerks." Every worker's attention is now focused on one thing: the sealed chamber. The camera zooms in with each piece of soil, and a faint metallic vibration echoes in the ambient sound. Suddenly, a worker shouts, "Sir, we're finding something!" The camera moves closer. A solid, metal-like surface becomes clearly visible beneath the soil. It's covered in old soil, and in between are raised lines, like the marks of an ancient door. Rick leans in and observes, if this is really a chamber, it might be Oak Island's greatest discovery. All the team members stop. The camera takes a close-up. A worker slowly removes soil with a metal rod. And then suddenly, a trrr. Rick's breathing is heavy, and he looks at the camera. His eyes hold no fear, only curiosity. "We're very close now. Just a little more digging," he says. Then the camera slowly fades out, and the last thing we hear is the same metallic scraping sound and a heavy sound like movement inside an old door. And then the scene cuts. The screen goes black, and the narrator's deep voice is heard. Perhaps Oak Island has revealed its biggest secret this time. A slow montage of visuals plays, old footage of Rick and Marty, the excavation of Garden Shaft, an aerial view of Nolan's Cross, and the mist-shrouded landscape of North Swamp. The narrator continues, "For centuries, this place has drawn people, some in search of gold, some in search of history. But what's been found now perhaps transcends both." The camera slowly zooms in on the muddy water, where a faint glow still lingers. The same place, the same mystery. Emotional music begins in the background. Rick's voiceover says, "We weren't looking for treasure, we were looking for answers. And now it seems the land itself is calling us." The narrator then says, "The story of Oak Island may not end here. Every time, this island gives birth to something new from within, and this time, what awakens may change history forever." A slow cinematic beat plays as the outro, visuals fade, and text appears on the screen. If you think this is just the beginning, like, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe. Then the narrator's final line echoes, "Because Oak Island is no longer silent. It wants to tell us something." And with that, the video fades out, leaving only the faint metallic scraping sound once again, as if something is slowly coming to life inside an unseen vault.